Welcome back, everyone, to the semifinals and finals of the Grand Prix presented by Sunstein LLP. We are back in Massachusetts at the #1 course in the United States, Maple Hill Disc Golf, Leicester, Massachusetts. I am here also with Dylan Capaccioli, who had a historic first round, shooting a 1084 round. Dylan, thanks for coming to GMT's booth and showing us how to play disc golf at Maple Hill. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. How about yourself?
Pretty good, man. How do you feel about that round? Because that was, I don't think you've ever had a round like that before.
That was my career high rated round. Everything was clicking pretty well. Missed a couple putts, but other than that, the drives were doing really good.
Well, everyone got to see the first round coverage. Hopefully that was the feature card. Here is a little bit of a preview of what actually happened on the second round. We didn't get the full coverage, but we got a little bit of a sneak peek at what's happening here between Harry, Wads, and Dylan. This was one of the cards that was happening in round two. They were playing mostly the front nine of Maple Hill Gold. You can see here they're in the longer tee pads. Dylan, it looks like you got a nice little putt there. Was that for birdie on hole one, Golds?
That was for par.
Par. Okay. Well, we'll see what happens on the final round. And on this beautiful day, we were also joined by our FPO, FA1, MA1 contestants. These were the people that qualified from the Sunstein Series, or might even won the Sunstein Open as an automatic qualifier. And really think all these people really got to enjoy Maple on a beautiful fall day. And thanks again to Sunstein Law and Sunstein LLP Intellectual Property for hosting us and renting out Maple Hill for the day, because we don't get that treat a lot. A lot of times you go to Maple Hill and it's jam-packed. I mean, you have people playing every layout possible, and you know, the parking lot is full. So here's some extra bonus clips. The second round, this is the semis. What we're seeing here is Eli's and David Flex and Reuben Hagen. So they were part of another card. They started on hole 18. So this is their final hole on the semis. And as you can see, they're driving off here. And we're kind of just giving you a little bit of a bonus content as a preamble of what's going to be happening in the finals. Because one of these people is not going to make the final cut.
What are you going for? Yeah.
Now, Dylan, speaking of the final cut, you had a really extensive lead going into the semis, and it looks like during the semis, you know, it was a little bit of a slow start. It looks like you had a bogey and 2 birdies. So it's not what you left off in the first round. Anything you want to talk about that second round?
Well, I would like to say that the layout that we played for this 9, we started on hole 1. We played 1 through 6, and then I believe we went to 7, 16, 18. It was a 9-hole layout. So a lot of the holes that we played there are some birdie chances, but you also want to be careful not to bogey those holes, and you can definitely find some big numbers there. So I played on the side of caution a little bit, and necessarily on my card, there wasn't anything there's no scores too good, so I was kind of feeling the vibe off of my card, and again, not seeing what this card here is doing.
And that's why we're showing you this content, because this was actually a very close battle here between Reuben Hagen and Eli. And unfortunately, David Fleck just fall flat. That second round, he couldn't get it going. So that new format where we have a cut at 6 from the first round and then a cut to 4 on the second round, did you enjoy that? Did you like that?
Yeah, I thought it was pretty nice. It could have been better, maybe playing all together, but a 6-sum would have been a little too much. The 2 3-sums played fast and made it exciting for sure.
Yeah, it's definitely different than anything we've seen in New England disc golf before. And here we have a look at Dave. See if he can. This is exactly kind of how his round went that second round. Unfortunately, just couldn't get it going. But what this means though is Eli and Reuben will make it into that final round, and Kyle Moriarty actually ties Reuben. So we're gonna have another 5-sum for the Grand Prix final round. How do you feel about your competitors going into this final round?
But we have 9 holes to play. We're going to be playing holes 1, 7, 8, 9, 10, 14, 15, 16, 18. Again, another stretch of holes that bogey is very possible, and you just want to be careful out there. I have a 5-stroke lead, and hopefully not taking any big numbers about that margin slide.
Yeah, 5-stroke lead, and you're playing golds, which you're pretty familiar with. I feel like that's the layout that you're probably playing the most. And shout out to Barbecue Underground for being there at Maple Hill for the Grand Prix. All the players got to enjoy a really nice lunch in between the semis or the finals, depending if you're a late eater like me. And here's a list of the current top 10. So like I was saying earlier, this was a season-long series, and your name is not at the top. Did you play all the Sunstein Series events?
I believe I missed 1 or 2 of them. I unfortunately had to miss my favorite tournament of the year, the Bro. That was a Sunstein event this year.
Yeah, and also we missed you at Nantucket. So I think those were the 2, you're absolutely right, that didn't hurt your chances. It looked like you still got into the Grand Prix and you still got a shot for $2,000. So here we go. Final round, championship round. A lot of money on the table. You are pulling a great shot here. What are you throwing here, Dylan?
That was a Halo Destroyer. Leaked a little early. Not in the water.
Not in the water, and I'm sure you're not in the water a lot. I mean, you have enough power to get up there. Now, are you thinking par or birdie when you're playing hole 1? Because this guy, Harry Chace, is definitely thinking birdie.
That is an absolute crush by Harry there. Personally, I'm playing for par with that new Mando. Makes the birdie opportunity a little bit harder.
Yeah, and that's a good point. We'll talk about the Mando in a little bit. And Eli, what a crush there. I didn't realize that he had that much power, but that is not that much further back than Harry's. What do you think of Eli's power? And he's a 2023 Bro champion. And we also have coverage from the Kilbourne Open. He's a great player.
He has some very sneaky power and a very good putt. He knows how to hit a line, that's for sure.
And he's throwing mostly thought space. What are you throwing mostly? I feel like we did your in the bag last year, but a lot changed. Go check that out on our channel if you want to see what Dylan was throwing last year compared to this year.
I'm personally throwing a lot of destroyers on this layout, a lot of full power shots. Here's Wads ripping on a destroyer.
Has your bag changed a lot?
It always changes, Rivas. Always.
What are you mostly leaning on? Mostly all mixed or one manufacturer?
Some Innova, some MVP, and some Infinite probably.
All right. Well, Reuben Hagen's also playing for par. And like you said, you are not playing for a birdie here. You are fine with your position. Eli is in a good spot for a forehand, and he's going to have probably the best birdie position.
Keeps a little bit on him, but making it through the gap in 2 is a very good feat.
That is so far. Just to get down where Harry is, how far do you think that is?
Oh, this is easily 550.
No.
Unfortunately, just tugs it a little bit and has missed the Mando.
You hate to see that. I wonder if the new Mando got it in his head. Because of the new Mando, is it really forcing you to lay up and take the birdie out of the equation? I mean, did Steve really change your mental attack on this hole?
Certainly. I mean, even this shot here, I mean, just that added pressure of, oh, now I had to hit a triple Mando. It gets in your head just enough to make these shots scarier, but to also make you play safer, I'd say.
Well, that's great insight because I think it actually got into Harry's head both rounds. That's the second time I actually saw Harry not hit that Mando properly, and it really hurt him. And yeah, that would have been really nice. You can see he's a little upset there. He's going to be taking a bogey, and just like that, a 5-stroke lead turns into a 6-stroke lead. How do you feel about that 6-stroke lead going into hole 7, which is a crazy jump?
We're feeling good. Oh, Eli, that would have been a great birdie.
Yeah, that would have been a really amazing birdie. I don't think we saw any.
There you go. Nice cleanup, Wads.
Absolutely. So just so we have an opportunity and we have you in the booth, who's your current sponsor right now? And are you looking for new sponsors for 2025?
Shout out Dark Hollow Discs, Tim Walsh down in Connecticut at Tower Ridge. He's my biggest sponsor at the moment. I'm hoping for a sponsor next year. We'll see.
Well, I will say something that might help your case. And well, hold off on that. Let's just see this beautiful shot here. Wow, is that a destroyer as well?
Yeah, that was my Halo Destroyer. Died by Tim Walsh, so died just fly better.
This was such a good shot. I just wanted to talk a little bit about your form. You have a little bit of hop here that I've noticed. Is that what generates a lot of your power?
I would have to give credit to having long, lanky arms. I don't really know how I get so much power. I definitely like to engage my hips, so I'm taking power off of my arm to hopefully help some longevity too. Here we have Reuben throwing a destroyer.
Yeah, and it looks like he's taking right after you because you both have that team tank power. And I gotta say, we've put out a lot of reels of you, Dylan, and people have been saying that you have the most powerful forehand in America.
I doubt that, but I'll take it.
I'm just telling you, Dylan, there's something about it. You have to give us a little more tips than just your hips. Come on.
I think I really loaded into my hips, and I feel like people who get injuries is in their elbow.
Mm-hmm.
They put so much tension on it, and I'm getting more of my body into the throw, which is usually on a backhand throw, but I've made it into my forehand to get more body into the throw.
Oh, there you go, more body. Well, we see a couple of these competitors struggle with this tee shot on hole 7. It is a very tight hole. Do you like this new hole?
I personally like it because, as you see, I threw a great forehand here. But I do think that the old hole 7 was a better hole. With that being said, it probably plays about the same. But in my opinion, it is a lot easier to par now. Just sneaking that birdie in.
Yeah,
on the old hole 7, you could get a bad tree kick and find bogey very easily. But here, you have more of a scramble opportunity for par, which is good and bad.
Well, it averaged 3.3 in the tour, so I mean you're pulling off a stroke .2 there on the field here, and Reuben too, same thing. I mean the team tank duo doing it. I personally like the old hole 7 because I just thought it was more iconic going up that road. This kind of seems like a little more New England golf, but it just doesn't feel as maple. That's my personal opinion.
I agree with that. Moving on to hole 8.
Yeah, your favorite hole, hole 8, the water hole, almost everybody's favorite hole. This is also 407 feet. What are you going to be ripping on here?
This is a Halo Destroyer. I want to make note now that we are not playing this as an island. So my thought here was just get it safe.
All right, you and your power can actually think like that and just get it across that pond as well as that wall potentially, and you threw that very hard. What are you throwing, 80%?
Probably 90.
90, okay. Good
I
to
go
know.
over the wall. Look at that. Sneaks back through somehow.
I don't even understand how this is possible. Like, what? There's no space there.
I don't know. That was wild.
You're having a day, Dylan.
This one's looking good, Reuben.
Yeah, great job by Reuben. You know what Reuben's throwing there?
Oh, he threw an own champion Halo Destroyer. He catches the push and rolls back right into water's edge. We're going to have to see if it's safe.
The element of surprise at Maple Hill is always fun, especially on hole 8. You just sometimes don't know that water line. Oh my gosh, is this an ace run?
Ooh. There you go, Eli. I believe he's throwing his Coalesce here.
Yeah, he loves this disc. I don't even know what speed this is, but he can throw it very well. I'm going to say 9 speed.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's an 8 or a 9. I'm not exactly sure which one.
And you couldn't have asked for better weather at Maple Hill. You must have enjoyed today's 70-degree day.
October 20th, and we're out here in shorts and a t-shirt. You can't ask for better than that. And Wads with a great tree kick. Ooh, I'm sorry. Kicked him back in the water.
Yeah, unfortunate there. Wads just hasn't been able to get it going. It looks like he had a really good round, second round and first round. It's a little slow here to start on the third final round.
Harry just leaking that one a little left, not fully committed. He'll be putting though. He's on the island, or what would be normally an island.
Anything past the water is great. Looks like Wads is the only one that's going to be suffering an OB stroke, and will also have to take it from the drop zone, which is a very intimidating drop zone.
Oh, so close.
I don't think I've seen one make from that drop zone. And here we go. Here's Harry to save his birdie. Wow, he's getting some top band.
Reuben ended up being safe. He was just on the edge. Let's see if he can connect.
You guys gave him the meter.
Let's go.
That's a great putt. Reuben's kind of on fire right now. He almost had the birdie, and
He got 7 and 8. Here he is. He's making a charge right now.
he really is. And there's a lot of money involved. I mean, I believe first place is $2,000, second place is $750, third place is $500, and fourth place is $350. So even fourth place gets a lot of money. So you really got to fight here.
Great putt, Reuben. He's been working on that. Happy to see it pay off.
You guys go to the same putting league, right?
No, I wish. He lives on the opposite side of the state, but we get
Okay.
rounds in.
I thought you guys were right next to each other. All right, so Eli's getting the birdie as well. He's making a little bit of a charge here. And let's see if Harry can get his par. Of course he can. This is the 2023 Sunstein Grand Prix champion. You and Harry must battle a lot.
Yeah, Harry got the best of me a lot this year. Let's see how this one ends. Here I am for this ridiculous birdie. After that amazing sneak through of the wall.
It rolled 30 feet, though.
It was insane.
You good? Yeah.
New hole 9, playing it to the par 4 location. I'm just going to rip a destroyer, see how far I can get down there.
Hop that one.
And this thing came out absolutely perfect.
It's the best shot I've ever seen on hole 9. I don't think anybody's ever been that clean and that far down and have a great approach for the green there. And Reuben also putting a good move on it. Just hyzers out, leaks it a little left at the end there. Probably his destroyer. Hole 9, are you a fan of this change here?
Oh, Eli loves that. I am a big fan, yeah. I think it's a good scoring separator. I'm a fan, but I think it could be tweaked to be even better.
And what about the longer position?
That's more so my thought is that good drives don't necessarily get an eagle chance in that they have to lay up, and someone who might not throw the best drive can also lay up to that same spot.
Yep. Harry's going to be leaking a little right there. He's going to have a little trouble having a clean look for this one. And unfortunately, Kyle just misreleases a little bit and gets a really bad kick, and he doesn't get too far on this one. So he's going to be scrambling just to save his par here. Here's Kyle's third shot. Gosh, so many woods.
Here's Eli throwing a berg.
I like that angle, my man. Let's go.
Do it pretty well.
Absolutely. One thing I really wanted to mention, and why I think people should know your name, not just because of your forehand and your power, and because of your 1084 historic round, which literally tied the highest Massachusetts round ever, which was amazing. I also want to commend you on hosting and throwing tournaments, Dylan. You're only one of the few tournament directors in America that I know that can also play in tournament direct and still shoot 10-20 rounds.
Here we are, finally getting to my drive, and I hit the tree. I was never looked that clean at the basket before, but I appreciate your words, Ravis. I'm hoping to run more tournaments next year. I enjoyed it a lot.
Well, it's not easy to do, and I think that makes you a lot different than any other player out there. I just want to commend you on that because that is very tough to do.
I believe I've ran 5 tournaments now, and I've won 4 of them. So, yeah.
Ridiculous stat there, and Statmando should keep stats of that. And here you are for your birdie.
Yeah, that was for birdie. Here's Harry after going out of bounds. I believe this is for a bogey save.
It's actually for his par save.
Wow.
Yeah. Quite amazing, actually. The fact that he didn't have any footing and was still able to make a 60-foot depth putt.
Yeah, that was great.
Your 2023 champion, Grand Prix champion, and you guys are battling. This is awesome to see because you had the New England title, so this is one more that you can get on Harry here for this year. Like you were saying, you guys have been battling back and forth this year.
Look at this. Clean release. Nice step. Just gets it in there.
We'll have to do a putting battle between you and Harry someday on GMT because...
There you go, Reuben.
Yep, another nice par save for Reuben. And Kyle Moriarty is going to be shooting his bogey here. You saw him get caught up in the woods a little bit.
Let's just talk about that 4 shot that he threw from all the way to the top of the hill, like not even at the corner yet, to get there. Save bogey. That's incredible.
Yeah, and that just shows you Wads' power. I mean, he's a veteran out there, and he is still fighting to get in that top 4 spot. All right, all smiles from you there, tapping in your par. You look very happy, Dylan.
I am. Can't let the full smile out yet, but in the past, I haven't played my best at this event, and it's one I've been wanting. So I'm up big right now, but anything can still happen. We're at Maple Hill.
Yeah, no, but it's nice to see you smile on camera because, like you said, you have had a little bit of struggles in this particular tournament and this format. So I'm glad that you're excelling here. And talk about excelling. Oh, my goodness gracious. In the ground play, I'm going to guess that's your destroyer.
That was insane. Full flight. Easier to get the flex shot up the hill for me, so that's why I go forehand.
Now, you said you were throwing 90% on that one hole on hole 8.
This is 100 here.
I was going to say, this is 110.
Yeah, oh, yeah. That's everything I got. It's right up against the wall. Can't ask for better than that.
You don't see a lot of people getting all the way up there. I mean, that is just miraculous.
Go, go, go.
Eli and Harry are tied for second right now, and one back is Reuben. So we got a battle right now for second place.
We really do. See what happens. Wow. Still 40 feet short of you, though, Dylan.
Reuben saw my forehand and said, I'm going to try that. Same disc, doesn't commit to it fully, and eyes us out in the trees.
And I would think that Reuben can't throw as far as you, but has there been times when Reuben's out-driven you?
For sure. Usually in the woods, though. Just kidding. Reuben's got a great forehand. Yeah, and good backhand combo. Here he is, scrambling.
That was a good bid by him. Just not even
able to save par.
Yeah, I don't even think he had a clean look. He couldn't even see the basket, and he still was able to save par most likely. Let's see what Wads does here. Gets up there. He likes it.
Eli for a big birdie.
This would be huge just to get the jump on Reuben. Oof.
Oh. And we wanted it. You can see it.
Yeah, he definitely did. I think he's starting to check the scores. And Harry, okay, I really thought he was really 40 feet behind you, but that was only about 30.
Harry knows how to capitalize on a big situation like this. Get some strokes on his field here. Trying to pull away for that second place. That's a great putt.
And you saw him make the big putt on round 1. Go check it out if you haven't on our channel. Good hit there, Dylan. Not letting the wall get in your face. Were you thinking turbo at all?
I can't turbo for crap, so I was definitely not thinking that.
Well, you have a weakness, it looks like, and it's okay.
Yeah, committing to backhand.
Yeah, you haven't thrown too many backhands, but when you do throw it, you're doing it pretty well. And that will cover the part 1 of the final round here of the Grand Prix. We just want to thank a huge thank you to Sunstein LLP, Disc Golf 978, Greatest Media Team. And again, if you're looking to see what happens at the end, make sure to stay tuned. We got a part 2, and we'll see what happens with Dylan. Dylan, what you think of?
I was able to capitalize going 3 under through the first 5 holes. I've built my lead, feeling good. We have 4 holes left, and the smiles are starting to come through. Feeling really good right now.
Through 5 holes, you are -3 at playing Maple Gold. I really can't believe what we're watching, and you're continuing that hot streak from round 1. Let's see what happens. Thanks for staying tuned, everyone.